All right, let's get busy. Daily chart, S&P 500. I got myself some Dunkin' Donut whole beans that I ground up. Yeah, brewed that in my little standalone brewer, not a drip brewer. So very nice. And I think I'm going to buy some Bustelo whole beans. Yeah, this is what you make espresso with. Down in Miami, for those that are familiar with Miami, we make Cuban coffee down there, Cafe Cubano, and other espressos can be made, but Bustelo is one of the biggest products that the Latin community will use, really throughout the world for that matter, to make espressos. Oh, amazing. But you need an espresso machine so you can compress that bean really good and get the flavor out. A little bit different than American coffee, but great stuff. Thought I'd share that. If you don't, if you want something a little different than just regular coffee and you want a really good flavor coffee, get the Bustelo brand. Make sure you get yourself a really good espresso machine. Grind up your own beans. Do it the right way. Enjoy a real cup of espresso or coffee. All right, let's get busy here. S&P 500 daily chart. Not much going on. Chopping sideways. Guess what, guys? At least for the moment, this looks extremely bullish. If this continues to do this, that's going to be very bullish. Okay, if it does this and then does the dippy do, fine. But right now, that little uptick right there, that's hinting at a very bullish occurrence. So the stock market continues to look very strong to me. I don't see any hint here whatsoever of the market looking weak just yet. If it dips down and gets down to this bottom line, okay, we can start talking about maybe some weakness coming into the market, but not yet. Okay, let's look at the trade of the day. Then we'll do the rest of the products. Very choppy day. Overnight, obviously, there was a gap up here coming into Sunday night. Yep. So you saw this big gap up right here. Bing bong. 15-minute chart. Yeah, there's a trade right there. It was a very choppy day, but there is a trade right there. Let's go ahead and expand this out. We want to see what's going on there. This one, both of those, let's put on the Get Us Plus indicator, and we'll take a look at the 5-minute chart as well. But even here on the 15-minute chart, you got yourself a really good trade right here at 7:45 this morning, just past pre-market. And that's a pretty good trade, folks. Even if you just grab this entire candlestick, looking at 10 points. Wow, super nice. It's at least $500 right there on that one candlestick alone. So pretty sweet. A lot of chop today. Going to be a little bit harder to extract profit out of the market. Take a look over here. Do we have a trade? Yeah, I already see one here. Okay. And for those who want to know which one I'm talking about right here at 8:15. So a half an hour after the 15-minute chart showed a trade. This is very common, by the way, to get something pre-market. 8:15 right here. You get the trade. You get the signal. This is a beautiful signal. It starts to roll over. Really nice. Boom. This one ran, we'll say, from, let's squeeze this up a little bit here. I'm going to say that ran from about 78 safely down to 70. So about 8 points. That would be all $400. Okay. 400 points. Sorry. Yeah. Wait, let me look at this again. 78 down to say 8 points. Yeah. Yeah. Split that in half. About $400 worth of profit on one contract. So for a choppy day, not bad. You get $500 out of the 15-minute chart, or 400 here on the 5-minute chart. Both of them made pretty good money. There was another opportunity right here that happened at 9:55. Also a really good trade. So there was definitely some more money to be made right there, from about 75 down to 65. Another 10 points. That's $500. And this one's even better than the other one, because you can see the market was already weak, didn't really get up here very high, just kind of failed. This was going negative momentum, really strong signal to go short. Bam. So another $400 and $500, $900 day if you're paying attention. Okay, we're going to move on to the other products. That's it for the S&P 500. Let's go check everything else out. We'll start with the Dow Jones Transportation and move through the other products. Back to the daily chart here. Dow Jones transportation, a little bouncy bounce going on here. Nothing too significant. To me, that looks bullish. Yep. That looks bullish. I don't see any. I mean, we did have this decline into October 27th. So that cycle low right there was actually pretty good as far as timing. It wasn't a very big decline. And when I saw how weak this was, I even talked about this last week, that this just did not look like a big pullback. Market continues to look strong. Okay, let's look at the Russell 2000. Daily chart. Yep. This also looks like it wants to try to bounce. We'll see. Does it bounce really hard? Does it bounce weak and give it up? Time will tell. Right now, the market continues to look bullish. All these indices are looking strong to me, guys. The old natty DAC. What is happening here? Tell you what, let's get rid of the Get Us Plus indicator while we're on the daily chart. Get some more real estate here. What's happening here? Well, if that isn't bullish, I don't know what is. Look at this. Doesn't want to go down. Okay, this just looks bullish. NASDAQ looks bullish. I don't see any weakness in this market. All of them look strong. Let's look at the SPX. Same thing here. For the moment, it looks strong. Now, this could go either way. It could do this, or it could do that. So we'll wait, but right now, still strong. Okay. Let's look at the Nike 225. A pretty decent up day here. Can short-term momentum be enough to save this? That is the question. It looks like it wants to do that. Okay, I don't think it's going to be enough. My instincts tell me this is going to go negative. Let's get on the daily here. We're looking at the wrong thing. November 11th. Yeah, I just think the Nike 225 is going to fail. It looks like it's going to have a problem here, but I could be wrong. Let's look at the Japanese yen. Still hasn't found the bottom. This thing is getting crushed. Okay, getting crushed. And you can almost guarantee so is the British, or the euro, and the British pound. They're all getting hammered. This is very weak for the Japanese yen. I mean, this is like, this whole cycle is destroyed. Destroyed. Okay. What's the cycle over here? December 9th. Let's put it over there. December 9th. Which we may have to rework these cycles once we find a bottom here. Euro. A little bit stronger than the yen, but not much. Is trying to find a bottom, but this is huge negative. It is trying to find a bottom. But it hasn't really proven it yet, but we may see a bounce here. Daily chart. A lot of damage done. It's got a lot of work to do to get out of that. British pound. Same thing, trying to find a bottom. Going to have to work real hard to get out of it. I don't think it's going to do it. I think it's going to be a little bouncy bounce and fail again. Little bouncy bounce, fail. Probably. We'll take a quick look at the dollar. We know that's got to be probably paused a little bit. Yeah. Euro dollar's up. I mean, the US dollar's up here pausing. And it could roll over here. Super bullish. December 23rd. December 23rd, approximately. It's not, these cycles are a little bit wonky. But we'll stick with that for now. We'll take a look. You know, this may have to be moved a little bit. There you go for that cycle. Gold. Yeah, gold on fire. Still on fire. November 17th is a cycle low. No hint of gold declining. Not even the least bit of hint. Gold continues to look huge. The middle of the cycle is October 29th, which is tomorrow. And guess what? Gold has not declined into the middle of this cycle. Sometimes you'll see this. Like right here. See how it kind of declined almost in the middle? Over here, did the same thing. See it right here? Declines in the middle. Right in the middle of the cycle. This one went the other way. Not this time. And that is very bullish. Get up here, middle of the cycle, pause. Guess what? I think it's going to do that. Then maybe comes down. But right now, gold looks huge bullish. Silver. Well, it's holding its own. Just tracking sideways. Also bullish. October 31st, about 3 days away. So far, silver has viewed this cycle low as just sideways movement, not really down. So that's bullish. It may pull down a little bit more. We'll have to keep an eye on it. It's a little bit weaker than gold, but not much. Let's see what's happening with crude oil. What is going on? Oh my goodness, look at crude oil. Smack down. Yeah, big gap down here. Big gap. We're already down to $68. I said that crude oil looked weak. I didn't think it was going to hold up. I've been saying it for the last week, maybe longer, that I didn't think crude oil was going to get up past 74, maybe 76 tops. Didn't even do that, got to 72. This is going to fail hard. It's negative territory. Forget about it. Crude oil will not be saved. Ain't going to happen. This little bouncy bounce was not enough to save it, and now we got a gap down. This crude oil's in trouble. Crude oil is going to go to the low 60s. It is going to get clobbered. Guess what? I think crude oil is forecasting a possible Donald Trump victory. Yeah. Not saying I know he's going to win. Obviously, I don't know who's going to win. I think, of course, he wins. But the left likes to pull a bunch of shenanigans and do everything they can to cheat. And please don't tell me they don't cheat, because we all know they did back in 2020. They didn't want to listen to the phone data that was used to track mules shoving in thousands of ballots into ballot boxes throughout Democratic strongholds, and video that showed them doing it in the middle of the night, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. The left wanted to ignore it. They refused to let any of it come to court. So guess what happened this week? Up in, I think, Oregon and Washington State, they burned ballot boxes. They threw incendiary devices down to the ballot boxes and burned the ballots. See, this is what happens when you start playing games with Americans. Okay? This is what happens. The left didn't want to hear the truth. They still don't want to hear the truth. Fine. The people who want things done honestly are going to take measures necessary to drive home the message, like burn those ballot boxes. And it's going to continue until the left finally gets the message. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Take George and Alex Soros, strip them of all their billions, throw their sorry butts into prison, and at least we're heading in the right direction. But until then, the crime wave by the left will continue. All right. Crude oil. Heading for low 60s. If Donald Trump gets into the White House, folks, I think crude oil will go into the 50s. Because he's going to work overtime to drill, baby, drill. And say goodbye to oil coming out of the Middle East. Oh, by the way, if you didn't hear last time, and I'll mention it again, the largest lithium ore deposit ever discovered has been found in good old USA just recently in Arkansas. And actually it stretches from Texas all the way to Florida. It has estimated to have 9 times the global demand. Oh, you gotta love it. You know China is pissed. Bye-bye, China. We don't need your damn lithium. And we don't need the Middle East's oil. And the left just doesn't get it. But they're going to learn the hard way. One way or the other, the left's going to get the message. They're either going to get it soft and gentle, or they're going to get it hard. But either way, they're going to get it. All right, that's crude oil. I think it's heading for the low 60s. And I think if Trump gets in the White House, it's going into the 50s. If Kamala T gets in there, Scamala, as the conservatives like to call her, then all bets are off, and the United States is going to frickin' implode, and it's going to get really bad. The crime is going to go through the ceiling, and corruption is going to go through the ceiling. And you don't need me to tell you what follows when a society chooses to go down that path, because there's plenty of nations you can look at them. There's plenty of examples around the world of that banana republic kind of crap. Okay, just go check it out yourself. All right, let's look at corn. Corn finally doing a little pullback here. Makes sense to me, pulling back into the middle of this cycle. November 1st, kind of. We'll see. This is not very bullish. Kind of barely holding on. Looks like to me corn is going to go negative momentum here. Okay, I think that little pop, I wanted to see if it'd take off this high. It didn't. I don't think it's going to. Unless we get some kind of like halfway down thing and take off, then that would be great. Well, I shouldn't say great, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me which way it goes, but point is that would be bullish. If it doesn't, it comes all the way to the bottom like this, then this is going to go negative momentum and corn's going to get crushed. Okay, so we're kind of waiting to see. A little bit of almost, not a gap down here, but kind of, yeah, this is very aggressive pullback here. All right, let's take a look, finish up with XLP. XLPP. What is going on here? Do we have cycles for this? We do have cycles. Not good. XLP negative territory in momentum. May have to rework the cycles here. Yep, being rude, eating chocolate chip cookie here. Could find a bottom here, maybe. And then a bounce. I'll have to wait and see. This is not good. That's negative. Slightly bearish, I'm going to say here. Definitely a little bit bearish. And that is it. Become a member, $7.99. You get the S&P 500 streaming charts, 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour with the cycles on the 1 hour chart. Same thing for gold. Nightly emails, Monday through Thursday with 5 different charts. You get alerts on the Discord server. If you remember, you don't know how to do it, go on the Discord server, look for gold or S&P 500, right-click on that channel for the alerts, turn notification on, boom, you got alerts. They'll come to your Discord app. Okay. I think that's it. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.